Today I'm going to share with you my two favorite free knitted cloth diaper cover patterns. Hi, and welcome back to Old Fashioned Graces. On this channel we talk about homemaking, homesteading, and how to be a lady. Join us! If you like this content or any of the other content on this channel, please like, subscribe, and comment below. What is your favorite yarn to use, and what is your favorite knitting pattern? Share with us below. Thanks! Alright, so first one we have the Berco Billie Longies pattern, which is great because I love Longies, but they are so expensive, understandably so, to buy. So this is a completely knitted, obviously, pattern. It's got the nice big waistband up top, lots of room. This is perfect for cloth diapering. There's so much room in the hips area. This crotch area is so long. It works really well. It doesn't bunch up, it doesn't try to slide off the butt, and then nice long cuffs on the bottom. I love this pattern. I love this pattern. I have actually just started this pattern for our 5th child. I'm gonna knit up one more in the newborn size. I have one already, and then I'm gonna knit up one in like a medium sized. I love it. It's one of my favorites to knit. It does take a while because there's just a lot of stitches. A lot of stitches. It's simple. It's beginner level. It is ribbing at the top, and then it's all stockinette stitch. The splitting at the legs is the only like complicated part, and then ribbing again at the bottom, cast off, and you're good to go. So as long as you know how to either do the magic loop method or knit on double point needles, you are good to go. This is in the largest size that the pattern has, and then I have also knit one in the smallest size that they have, and I love both of them. They're just a great wool pants. Even if your child is potty trained but you just want wool pants for them to wear, I highly recommend this pattern. It's a lot of fun. It's a great pattern to knit while you're watching something, if you're someone who can do that, because it's pretty simple. You're just knitting round and round and round for the most part, so it's fun to add in something to keep you entertained. I do tend to add a little bit to the length of the waistband and the leg cuffs just because that's my personal preference, but go with how your children tend to be built and go from there. Now this next pattern I believe is called the Snapdragon Soaker pattern. If that's incorrect, I will correct it later. So this pattern is actually meant to just be not longies, but just the basic cloth diaper. So this one is supposed to be like the hand knit version of this Imagine wool cover that I have. So this is kind of what we're going for. They're in different sizes, but you get the idea. Again, beginner level pattern. There is I think it's called the Kitchener stitch in the crotch here where it joins together, which I always have to look up to do it properly. I'm almost getting to the point where I can just do it without looking, but I only do the stitch about once or twice a year, so I forget. But it is the best way for filling in between the legs, and when done correctly, it looks like you actually knit it. It's incredible. This one, I adapted the pattern quite a bit. I decided I wanted to try to make longies out of it, and when I originally knitted it, they ended about here. They were quite a bit longer, and then they shrunk up. So that's when I went to find the pattern for this, the Berco Billie pattern, and this doesn't shrink. This has been worn through 2 children now. It's in fantastic shape. Love them. But this one did shrink, so I really recommend just, trying to achieve the normal soaker diaper cover style. Don't try to turn this into a longies pattern. But I do extend the leg cuffs quite a bit, so I extend the leg cuffs to be about that long. And it works really well. That is my personal preference. So they include in the pattern the option for doing like eyelet holes, so you can put elastic or cording through. I did that on the first 2 that I knitted. I've knit this pattern I think 6 or 7 times in a couple different variations and sizes. I will be knitting this again for our 5th child in a couple different sizes, especially since it's a fall baby, I'll be doing a lot more wool cloth diaper covers because it just helps keep them so nice and toasty. But I no longer do the cording option on them because you don't need to. If I wanted to put cording in this, I could. So if you want to have it a little bit more elasticated at the top, I just used some fold over elastic that I had, but you could do any comfortable elastic that's not going to itch your child. And you just take a crochet needle and you just weave it in and out of the stitches. This one's actually a little bit big for this, but even that still works. And you can just weave it in and out like that, all the way around, and pull the elastic through and you'll have the cording on it. You can knit cording, or my preference is to just use some elastic or just plain yarn, because the knitted cording takes a while and I don't find it nice enough to be worth the extra effort. But for just a plain soaker, this is by far my favorite pattern. Simple, easy to use, works up pretty quickly because it doesn't have nearly as much room as the Berco Billie one. You do want to add the short rows. Short rows are optional. Definitely want to add them. Otherwise, they tend to slide down the butt a little bit. But don't worry, even if you mess up the short rows, it's still really, really helpful. So I will link these two down below, and my favorite knitting needles and like crochet hook and some wool yarn. You can also crochet these in acrylic yarn, which is much cheaper and easier to find. They don't have the same antimicrobial and antibacterial benefits as the wool, but if you are in a pinch, the acrylic yarn still works really well, and as long as it's 100% acrylic, it does wick the moisture away. You just don't want to use something like a cotton yarn or other natural fiber that's not wool, because it will absorb the liquid and then you'll just have an extra soggy butt on your baby. So let me know down below if you've ever knitted either of these patterns, or if you have a favorite baby knitting pattern that you want to share with me. I am on the lookout for the perfect baby or child sweater. I am wanting to knit my children's sweaters, and I haven't found a pattern that I am in love with yet. So I'm looking for a nice classic knitted sweater pattern for babies or children. Let me know down below what your favorite knitting pattern is. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.